Then now picture he put in beer. That's me right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's me. Okay. Now this me. That's me again here. That's me.
Yeah, I can agree with you there.
Okay. Now I show you again. Now you don't worry about son no more. He gone. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Okay. He died in fire. He's 4 years old.
He
Him
was 4
picture.
years old.
4 years old. He died in fire. I show you him picture. Before I'm no good. 10 years when
Yeah.
10 years my son passed away. I'm no good. I weigh only 70 pounds.
In 1967, a young American soldier named Andy arrived in Vietnam. He was only in his early 20s when he met a Vietnamese woman named Nguyet, a woman whose smile stayed with him long after the war ended. They spent just a short time together, but their connection left a mark that lasted a lifetime. When Andy returned to the U.S., the letters stopped. He thought he had lost her forever, until, decades later, he learned something that shook his heart. She had carried his child. Today, after 55 years apart, they finally sit face to face to share the truth neither of them ever got to say. He kept her photo for 55 years, a Vietnam veteran's search for his first love and the son he never met. Andy was a U.S. Vietnam War veteran, around 1967 to 1968, when he was still very young. He was stationed in Long Binh, Bien Hoa. It was during this time that he met Nguyet, the Vietnamese woman who touched his heart. Back then, Nguyet was working at a club on the military base. Andy often went there, and that's where he met her. Little by little, the two became friends and then became lovers. In Andy's memories, Nguyet was a girl from Kindo, about 2 years older than he was. She was beautiful and tall, and whenever he walked beside her, many American soldiers would turn their heads and stare at her without looking away. Nguyet had been married once and had 2 children, but she was divorced. Her older child had been taken away by her ex-husband, and she was never allowed to see the child again. Only her younger daughter, around 3 or 4 years old, was living with her at the time. And he not only kept photos of Nguyet, he also kept a photo of the 2 children, holding on to them with great care even to this day. In January 1969, he was promoted to sergeant and had to move to Saigon to work at a port. He also had only about 6 months left before completing his tour in Vietnam. Nguyet moved to Saigon with him during this time. Their love didn't last long. On August 15th, 1969, Andy received orders to return to the United States. He tried every way he could to stay in contact with her, sending letters back to Vietnam. But for reasons he never understood, the letters eventually stopped coming. Life went on. In 1972, he married an American woman, but they never had children. Then in 1973, he received a letter from Nguyet. She told him that around October 1969, she had been pregnant with his child and was due to give birth in 1970. He desperately wanted to know and find his child, but there was no way to contact her anymore. That letter was the last one he ever received from her, possibly because his former unit in Vietnam had moved and the final way he had to reach her was gone. Andy kept all the photos of her from their time together when she was still a young woman, along with a small lock of Nguyet's hair, carefully tucked away in an album. The photos still look almost new, showing just how much he treasured his memories of her. To him, it was the most beautiful love story of his life. In his effort to find his former lover, Andy reached out to a Vietnamese YouTuber named Tuan Vai Ket Noyu Thuong, a well-known channel in Vietnam that reunites separated families. There were several cases where people heard Andy's story and thought there might be similarities, so they contacted Tuan Vai to connect with him. But none of them matched until one woman appeared.
Cô Nguyệt ơi, chú anh Điền đang gửi lời chào với cô Nguyệt.
Không biết nói cái gì luôn á. Mừng quá, tôi không biết nói cái gì luôn á.
So happy at the moment that she is
Good.
speechless.
painful memories resurfaced through her story. Thanks to Tuan Vai, both sides were finally connected, with the help of another interpreter. From the way things unfolded, Ms. Nguyet already seemed quite certain that she was the woman Andy had been searching for, so she didn't need to say much. She immediately brought out several photos of herself from her younger days.
Đây nè, gặp ở đâu? Cái con Lan lùng đó. Lan, she live in, me and her live together in MTO Club. We work there. And she
Which club?
there. See,
Which club?
See the picture?
Yes.
Okay, that's my picture. My sister still have one of that. That's me and Lan Long. Okay. Then now picture he put in there. That's me right here.
Yeah.
That's me. Okay. Now that's me. That's me again here. That's me.
Yeah, I can agree with you there.
Okay.
Every photo she kept turned out to be another copy of the very same pictures Andy had held onto for decades. At that moment, everyone knew for sure Ms. Nguyet was truly the girl Andy had been looking for during the past 55 years. During the conversation, she shared that she had waited for Andy for 5 years, from 1968 to 1973, before she eventually married another man, also an American, and followed him to the United States. She said the reason she moved wasn't for herself, but for her child. Her father didn't want her son to remain in Vietnam because the boy's mixed race features were too obvious. At that time, with the country divided by two regimes, being Amerasian meant a very difficult life. When she came to the United States, she settled in Pennsylvania with her new husband's family, bringing with her the little boy she had with Andy. She named him Vu. But tragedy struck. One night, their home went up in flames. Ms. Nguyet threw herself against the doors of the burning house, desperate to reach her child. The neighbors managed to pull her out, but they couldn't save her 4-year-old son. We didn't make it out of the fire. In the chaos, she also severed a tendon in one of her fingers, an injury that still keeps her from moving it to this day. After losing her son, Ms. Nguyet fell into unbearable grief. For 10 years, she said she was nearly out of her mind. She didn't even remember her own name. She had no will to live and often wished to end everything. And he tried to stay calm as he listened. Not believing what he just heard, he asked her again, "Our child, he's gone?" Ms. Nguyet nodded in pain. Though he tried to hold himself together, Andy's eyes and voice changed. His current wife also expressed deep sorrow.
So the son we had,
Yeah, he died in fire.
he died in the fire.
Yeah, and
I'm so sad.
He died in fire. Now you don't worry about son no more. He gone. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Okay, he died in fire. He's 4 years old.
He was 4 years old.
4 years old. He died in fire. I show you him picture.
Ms. Nguyet went on to share that the first time she saw her old photos appear online, she recognized herself immediately. She decided to reach out to Andy so he would know the truth about their son. She didn't want anyone to mislead or deceive him. As for Andy's wife, she had been with him faithfully since they were young, and now together into old age. Even after hearing his past, she remained understanding and never showed jealousy or anger. She was the one who encouraged him to search for his son and accompanied him throughout the journey. During the conversation with Ms. Nguyet, she was cheerful, though everyone could sense a quiet ache in her heart.
We said, Miss Barr, just please understand of how Annie talk a lot with Miss Nguyet. So sorry about that because a long time they can meet together. So that's why maybe they will talk a lot, and then Miss Nguyet say, you want him go to have the dinner or to get the lunch, but she's still speaking to talk with Miss Nguyet. So that's why maybe so chuẩn bị say you understand. I'm just thinking about that and sorry about that.
Okay. I didn't catch all of that.
After 55 long years, two people who once loved each other finally found their way back. Not to rewrite the past, but to gently close a chapter that had been left open for too long. Andy still holds the faded photographs as if they were pieces of time he never wanted to lose. Ms. Nguyet still carries in her heart the memories of a youth interrupted by war and loss. Now, they sit facing one another, two silver-haired souls, two hearts shaped by grief, hope, and the child they never got to raise. No blame, no what if, only peace, only forgiveness,